Hello dear students, welcome to the lecture 3 of Introduction to Programming course. I'm going to compose a new console application and start the lecture, create new project. Okay, console app.NET Core. Okay, let's select the folder. It will be in alright. Okay, I hope you have watched carefully the previous lecture because it was really important. And let's check what we have done in the previous lecture. Okay, this is the source code of the previous lecture. We have shown string data type, bool data type, character data type, decimal, double, float, integer, numerics, and what those numerics means, their ranges, uh, some string format, and such. Okay. So we will start writing our methods, which is extremely important. Okay. In object-oriented programming, programs are composed by classes and methods mostly. So to do tasks, we need methods. To achieve things, we need methods. For example, in this code, currently there is a one method. Which one is it? Yes, it is the method of main. Okay. So this is a method. It is a static method. We will see that in future. It returns nothing because its returning parameter is void. Its name is main. It takes some arguments, which is a string array in this case, and it executes this line. Okay. So uh, I will write a method that will format my string and return me that string. So first I have to determine its accessibility. It can be private, it can be public, it can be protected. Okay. By default, they are private. We will see what they mean in future. I am writing currently defaultly private. Will it return anything or not? It will return. It can be string or non. It can be static or non-static. Currently, I am writing static, so we'll see what does that mean in future. And it will return string and the method name. Okay. So the method name will be return me date. So will it take any parameters? Let's get it to date. Okay, date time, my date time. Okay, and I want it to format the output as I want. Okay, so I'm going to write here string date format. Okay, so this is the first private part. Private means is accessibility level. Okay, so private means that only methods inside the parent class of this method can access this method or classes. So the parent of this method, the parent class of this method is class program. So all the classes inside class program or methods inside class program can access this method. However, other methods, or let's say the methods other than in this class cannot access it. So private means it's accessibility level. Static means that it is initialized when the first time called. So and maybe there is a better explanation than this. You will have better idea. Let's see if there is a good the description. Okay, so this description is not bad. I will be get it read, and as we use it, you will understand. At the moment, don't be upset.
Static, in C#, is a keyword that can be used to declare a member of a type so that it is specific to that type. The static modifier can be used with a class, field, method, property, operator, event or constructor. A static member of a class can be used to keep track of the instances created and maintain common data to be shared among all instances. It can be used in helper and utility classes, which usually contain generic methods that contain abstractions of pure logic. A static constructor is used to make entries in log files, as well as in wrapper class to load the dynamic link libraries (DLLs) required to execute unmanaged code. In general, a static modifier can be used with data and functions that do not require an instance of a class to be accessed. It is mostly used when the data and behavior of a class do not depend on object identity. The use of static classes and members improves code efficiency.
So actually, this is the important part. Let's read it again, and you will understand in future better.
In general, a static modifier can be used with data and functions that do not require an instance of a class to be accessed. It is mostly used when the data and behavior of a class do not depend on object identity. The use of static classes and members improves code efficiency.
Okay, so I will copy paste this description here. Okay, so it is now. Now I have made it a comment, and the string. String means that the method will return an object in string type. So this is accessibility level, this is the modifier, and this is the parameter type, data type that it will return. Okay, return date time, or return formatted date time. So and this is the name of the method. It has to be unique within the signature of what it takes. We will see signature of methods in future. So after I have typed the method name, I open a parenthesis and close it. This is mandatory for all methods because every method starts with a parenthesis and it is closed, because in this parenthesis you define whether it takes any data or not. This method takes a, an object with the DateTime type. Okay, DateTime is a struct type. We will see that in future, and an object with a string type. String is a class. And what will it do? It will return string format with format and the object will be DateTime now. Okay, date and now there is no number. Okay, date. So it is returning a string currently with formatting it the format I provide. Okay, so let's see DateTime format C# and let's do some formatting. Okay, so this is the way we format the date and okay, string format. Okay, there are the patterns and oh, these are the quick patterns T, D, T and such. So let's start with a short date time pattern. What I'm going to do is short date time pattern P equal to. I'm going to put a tab character and then I'm going to add. I'm going to call my method. How do I call it? I type its name, or let's make it easier for you. Is below. So this line will be written, printed on the screen. Then I will call my method and I will provide datetime now. So datetime now is an read on the struct object. It this will provide the datetime of that particular moment that the method is called. Okay, or I can make it like this: compose uh, datetime by date equal to datetime now. So this will contain the date of this line executed. Whenever this line is executed in the software, in the program, it will get that moment's date based on my local time. And then I will provide the data, which will be my date and the string format. So format will be like this. Okay. Okay. So what does this mean? Zero means that when you call string format, it will look for the first parameter. And the first parameter will be here this one. This will be the first parameter. You see it says object argument 0. It can be argument or it can be arguments array. Okay, it can take one argument, two argument, three argument, whatever you want. So we are providing only one argument and it will be the first argument. Its index will be 0. Okay. Uh, so when I call this, it will return me a string. So and I will console write line here. So this is also a method inside console class. And it returns nothing. You see it is void because it is printing the value on the console and I'm running the application. Okay, short date time pattern is below. It is 12 a.m. So it only shows the hour of the date and doesn't show the minute. You can see that hour, minute, PT. Okay. So short date will return based on the US culture currently, because my uh, date is that way. Okay, I have provided TT and I should have provided T, I guess. Oh, I have provided T. This is interesting. Okay, let's provide another one. What I'm going to do is copy paste E. And what other there are? There is D. D is short time. This was short time. And this will be long time. I will provide big T. And currently, this gives an error. Why? Because it says a local variable or function remit vr formatted string is already defined. Yes, we have defined it here. So you cannot define it again. However, when I remove this, this will we get a new value on this line. So the previous value will be lost and it will get a new value here, new assignment, and it will print the new value here. So in C sharp, the program is executed from top to bottom. First, it starts from here. It executes this line, then it executes this line, and then it executes this line and this line. You see each one is line by line executed. So let's take some uh, notes. Okay. Okay, so how do we debug the application? You see it is currently running in debug. Debug will be your best friend to find where there are errors. So to debug the application, I can put here a breakpoint with just clicking. I can hit F9 on my keyboard and it will put a break line to the where my cursor is located, and you can come here and you can click this and click the toggle breakpoint. Okay, all these three methods works. So I have put here a breakpoint. When I run the application, it will execute the software until that line and then I can continue. So I will continue with step over. So I have stepped it over. Let's run again. So currently it is the application is paused at this line. When I hover the object, it will show me its value. Currently date time is set to 11112 a.m. So it is set to year 1 because it is not yet assigned to this value. It will be assigned to this value after I execute this line. And you see the now value is updated every time when I hover it because it is dynamic. I click the step over and now my date is set. Okay, it won't change again. And so currently on the screen there is nothing, and after this line is executed, it will call the writeLine method of console class and it will print this to the screen. I'm going to step over. Okay, it is also executed now. And when I click console, I see it is executed. And when I click next, I see this is composed from my date time. And when I click the next line, I see it is printed on the screen. I will see Okay, there is a bug in the Microsoft Visual Studio. This sometimes happens. So I will put my breakpoint here this time, and we will see it on the screen. Oh, I need to close this first. Okay. Okay, you see it is all printed on the screen. So when I go to the next step, okay, I have error again. I will use another method. Okay, so to go here, I will click this. It will continue until that time or here. Okay, long pattern, and when I continue with step over, okay, so the long date is 12 a.m. However, still there is a problem, and I know that problem. To solve that problem, I will go into this function. How will I do that? I'm clicking here a breakpoint, running the application, and this time I will click. Oh, first I need to close this and run again. I will click step into instead of step over. Step over means it jumps over that method and continue within that class. However, if you click step into, it will enter this method. Okay, and I will clicking step into. So you see it has entered this method call, and I'm continuing with step over, and this is providing date. You see date is provided as this. Okay. So you see the minute is removed from the date. So what do I need to provide? I need to provide, okay, I will provide nothing. I will provide as a full date time object. And this time it should print the minute of the date as well. Okay, yes. Now it shows long time pattern, short time pattern. Okay, so I will make another example of string format. Let's say you have 5 names. I'm going to compose a list called these names. Okay, string. So we are going to see the list class. Okay, uh, this class. So list is a, as from name it indicates, represents a strongly typed list of objects that can be accessed by index. Provide methods to search, sort, and manipulate lists. So first the generic name is list. List is a class system collections generic list. And then I define the data type it will hold. This list will hold string data type. Okay, when I do like this, it will not work because since this is a class, I have to initialize it. Okay, and this is not a static. Even if it was static, I had to still initialize. To initialize this, I have to use this new method is new keyword is used to initialize, then it automatically tells that you should use this, and I am going to initialize it like this. So I have initialized an empty list here. Let me show you what I mean. I am putting here a breakpoint and I am running the application. So when I hover lst mylist, you see it shows null because it is still not initialized. It is just an abstract at the moment. And when the object is null, it means that it is not initialized. And when I go to the next line, you will see it is initialized as an empty list. I'm going next line. And when I hover, you see it is count 0 because it is not anymore null and it is initialized. Then I will add some objects to it. Let's add my name. You see, add method is a method of list class, and it takes a string item. In this case, because my list is string type, holding string data type. So string, I open double quotes, my name, my surname, and my email. Okay, so I am going to print this to screen with string format. How I'm going to do that? Console write line. You see, write line writes line and a new line. Okay, writes the current line terminator to the standard output stream. It supports string format by default if you want. You see string format and objects. So I am going to use that way and other way. So will be the first object 0 index, uh, and so these are the elements indexes. Indexes always start from 0. Okay, 1 second. I will pause for a moment. Okay, so indexes always start from 0. So this will print the objects to the screen. Currently, will it work? Let's try it. Okay, it just printed this as a string. Why? Because currently this signature is only a one string. So the writeLine method sees this as a string value. However, when I start providing objects, you see it already shows object argument 0. It will show, it will call this method override. So I am providing first value of my list. How do I do that? I type the list name, then I open square parentheses. Why I can't open it? Ah, my language changed. Okay. Okay. You see, square brackets used to access index of access certain indexed elements of arrays, lists. So my first name is this one, and when I run it, will it work? Okay. Now it has caused an exception, unhandled exception. Why is that? Because now it will assume me that I will provide at least 3 objects because there is object 0 based object, 0 index based object, index 1 object, and index 2 object. So I have to provide at least 3 objects, and I'm going to provide them first one, second one, and the third one. Okay. So this will get the first element in my list, this will get the second element in my list, and this will get the third element in my list. When I call it, Okay, my name is Furkan, my surname is Gözükara, my email is, you see I have double typed it, this one. Okay, so now it works. I can write this like this as well, so you will get the idea. Let's compose the string. So I will call the format, and the format will be this, and the object. I can provide extra parameters as well, as long as I provide the number of necessary objects here. So let's add another thing to my list that can be, and I will provide Toros University as well here. Will this work? Yes, definitely, because it will require me to provide 3 objects, and I will be providing 4 objects. However, it will use only the first three ones. And I will make it like this. Let's first way, and second, this is the top character, so we get more understanding. Okay, first way, second way, you see they are both identical at the moment, both works as a string format. Uh, okay. Okay, so I will show you another thing. Let's say this time my school is free. So what will this do? What will this print? This will print like this. My school is Toros University. You see that? How did it happen? It happened this way. This string format method looks the fourth parameter. Third index means the fourth parameter in the argument list. What is the fourth parameter in the argument list? It is this one. Because this is the first parameter in the argument list. This is the second parameter in the argument list. This is the third parameter in the argument list. And this is the fourth parameter in the argument list. So don't get confused with these numbers. These numbers means that it will take the that index from that list, not related to this. This will look to provided arguments. Let's make another example so you will understand. I'm just copy pasting. Fourth way 0, and I'm going to delete other ones. So I will just provide a 0 here, the school variable here. So what will this print, do you think? To the screen, it will print this. You see? Let's fix this one. Okay. For you, it is printing only my school is Toros University, because it is looking the first parameter, first provided argument, which is this one, and this one is the fourth element of the list. I am going to put a breakpoint here so you can hover over the list and see its items. So you see the first item, the 0 based index is Furkan. The second item, the 1 based index is Gözükara. The third item, the 2 based index is my email. And the the fourth element of the list, it is based on 3 index, is Toros University. Okay. So I will show you another one. Let's say fifth way. My 0 and 0. Okay, I will put here 0. So this will use the first provided object twice times, double times. Okay, or I can make it and let's type my school name. So this will be this second provided parameter. And as a second parameter, I will provide the school name. Okay. So this will print this to screen. You will understand it. Okay, my name twice times is Furkan Furkan. You see, and my school name 3 times is Toros University Toros University Toros University. You can change this font size from right click, edit, properties, then font size. For example, let's make it 20. Okay. So you see now it is 20 font size and I can see more. I will make it a little bit bigger again. Okay, so let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so this means each time the string format method sees this, it will write the first argument. I can write it like this as well. This is the feature of C# 6 and above. So if you are working with previous versions of .NET, it won't work. I will make it like this. Inline commenting. Okay. How I'm going to do it? You see, this will be harder. I am putting a dollar sign in front of it. Now these became variables. For this variable, I will type like this. This will be same. Okay. So this is inline parameterization. I don't know, maybe something else it is called. And this will be the sixth. When I type it, you will see it. I run it. Okay, it is working. However, this is, you see, harder to write. And you can also write it like this. This is string concatenation. You will see how bad it looks. Is plus and then plus like this. And this is regular string concatenation. Okay. And plus, you see, this is much harder to write. Looks bad. Plus. Okay, this is the seventh way, which I made a mistake here. And when I click, I am pressing hold to control button, then P and D keywords. It automatically formats my screen. Okay, you see.
Auto format code shortcut in Visual Studio? Format document, Control plus K, Control plus D, so type Control plus K, and then Control plus D as it is a sequence. Format selection, Control plus K, Control plus F.
Okay, so you know it, know what it is. And the seventh way will also work. Okay, you see they are all equal. This is string concatenation. I type it is correct or not. Let me check it. Okay, it's typed like this. Okay. I don't suggest you to do string concatenation. This plus sign, you see string operator plus string left, string right actually. So this is an operator. This is a plus operator. This has special meaning. And so what else can we do? Can we show? Okay, let's make another format of date time. Where was it? Okay, it was here. You see, I can format the date time as I wish. So I will format it a better way. I will find a better time. Okay, there is the time. So let's make it like this. Okay, so you see D means it is the day of the month. DD is the date of the month from 01 to 31. This is 1 to 31. So let's use DD. Let's I will type here so you will know. And I will use it, and I will use the full name of the day of the week. Uh, let's use that as well. Then, let's put another thing. Let's put HH equal to. Okay, so let's use this as a string format for our method. So my date this time I will be providing like this DD and DDD and HH, and let's write it screen. Let's see how it is looking. Okay, so it is formatted as 21 Wednesday 01. So what we were expecting, we were expecting the day of the month. It is 21, correct. We were expecting the full name of day of the week. So currently we are at the Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday, and we were expecting the hour clock of the day as 01 to 12 with 12 hour clock. And yes, it is 1 a.m. So it is correct. Let's make another format. I'm copy pasting this. And this time, let's get 24, not this one, let's get AM format with AM format. There's AM, PM. Okay, where is AM? Okay, so if I provide PT, it should give me AM, PM. Let's try it. Yes. Okay. So let's change the format a little bit more. This time I will type. I am going to put it as a comment so you can check it here. Okay. So this time let's select something. Let's say we need from minute. Okay, the minute. Then I will use minute and I will use full name of the month. And then I will use AM PM designator. So you can combine it as you wish. Zero always means the zero, the first data provided. And in this case, we are providing in our method as a first data this one. Okay, date time. So this time I'm going to provide MMM, then MM, and TT. So let's check it out. Okay, October, the full name of the month, then 21 is the current minute, as you can see, 21. And the AM means the after 12 o'clock midday. I mean the midnight. Okay. I can change the culture too. Currently, it uses my system culture, which is English US. However, we can change it as well. But let's make it in the later video. So we have seen string format, date time, and I can access date time individual values as well. How can I do that? I can do that like this. Date time now and minute. You see, it will show me the current date time minute. And let's access the variable we used here. This one, these ones. Let's say I will access the seconds. This time, okay. You see, I will access its second parameter. So this time, okay. And I can access the year as well. Here. And when I run it, Okay, current date minute is 24 seconds of my date. It was 0 second and the year is 2020. I can also do this. Let's say date time my next year, or let's say plus 35 hours, and I will make my date at. You see, when I click add, it shows me all of the options that it has. I can add days, I can add hours, I can add milliseconds, I can add minutes. I will add hours and 25. You see, it takes double values, so I can add on 0.3 hours as well. I will add like this. This also works. Okay, and I am just adding this, and I will print this to the screen as I want. How am I going to do that? Let's say I will be adding that say after uh, okay, I don't know will this work. Let's check it out. First I will run this and see if it is working. Okay, it didn't work. Yeah, so I need to make it like this. Like this. Going to make concatenation. So let's type it with as year. So where is the year? Year is here. Okay, this is correct here. And then I will type the full month. Full month was big I guess. Let's check from here. Okay, big not this one. Okay, this one. And then I will type the day of the month. So day of the month will be DD if I remember. Yes. And I will type the day of the week as DDD. And I will type the hour as HH with 24-hour clock. Okay. And then I will type the minute as small I guess. Yes. I will type AM or PM. And let's check it out. Okay, after 354 hours, then I need to write this to this grand 20. Okay, date is after 355.32 hours is 23 2020 October 21 Wednesday 1 okay, it shows the current date. Why? Because we made a mistake, which is we added this, however, we didn't provide this as a value here. So when I change it, you will see. Or let's type it like this. Mm, and okay, now let's compare. Okay, so current date is 2020 October 21 Wednesday 1 28 a.m. and after 355 hours 32 55.32 hours it will be 2020 November. You see we are moving to November, November 4 Wednesday and 20 48 p.m. Okay, so you see this is how we add to the date, and this is string manipulation also. Okay, so I will show you another thing. You see this was a plus operator. Plus operator supports string plus numerics such as by the way, this var means it is dynamically assigned to the according to the right side of the equation, the type of the equation. I will make it like 12. This is the double plus. So this will be a string because when plus operator is assigned, it shows string operator plus sign, object left and string right. So it will convert that left object into a string. Okay. And then I will make another thing to add. This will be, you see, double. Because when you double plus integer, it will convert it to a double. And double plus int equal to this one. And let's make number 3. So you see, this is taking according to how you construct the command. This time it is double operator plus sign, double left and double right. So this integer is converted inheritance inherently converted to the double. Okay, this is an inherent conversion. Inherent, not explicit. Okay, number 3 will be this time I will float plus let's say double. Okay, so this will become a double. You see, float plus double means it will convert to a double. So it is up to you. Or let's make it date time now plus 2. Will it work? No, because the plus operator doesn't have date time and int. You see, when you read it here, uh, it shows the operator plus cannot be applied to operands of type, date time, and int. So I have to find something else. I don't know, maybe I can say new time span. And from this time span, it gets 5. Let's make it hours, ints, and minutes. I will add 24, 5 hours, 32 minutes, and 111 seconds. Okay, now it works. So time span defines a time span. So in this case, this time span will define 355 hours, 32 minutes, and 11 seconds. Okay, so last time span equal to this one. In this case, it will be a date time. You see, and when I run it, okay, you see it is written as like this. You see the float plus integer. Oh, double plus integer is written like this. So double is held at the C sharp, not exactly as you type. Okay. So you were expecting uh, 64.54. However, it didn't came as that way because this is how double is held in the C sharp. And how can I fix it? Will it work this way? Let's check it out. Okay, still not that way. So this is not the solution. The solution will be another thing that in that case. Let's say uh, double 4, and I will make it Math.Round. Okay. So round takes um, the digits after floating point. So I will make it like this, and fixed double will be. Let's see the difference. Okay, still holding like that. So how can we fix this? Okay, let's read this. So this gives a yeah.
Internally, floats and doubles are represented in binary according to the IEEE 754 standard. Your number, 50.84671778, can't be exactly represented in binary, much like 1/3 can't be exactly represented in decimal without repeating digits. According to the standard, the number as a float is stored as hexadecimal 424B6304. This is precise to 24 bits, or 6 to 9 decimal digits. Now, reinterpreting that number according to the standard, we get.
Okay, so this number is actually stored as this number. That makes the difference. So if I want to print it as I want it, I'm going to use another string format. It will be string. So this will not work. It will work as like this. Then when I round it, it will round it to. Okay, still not rounded. Ah, okay, I didn't call it. So when I call it, you need to assign it. Okay, yes, now it is rounded to exactly as I wanted. Okay, so Math.Round works as intended. I can also fix it like this. Okay, instead of rounding, I can write it like this. So this time I am telling toString, and you see it can take, when you write toString double operator, it can take I format provider. You see another format and string format. So I will provide a string, and n means it is numeric, and number I will give will show how many numbers after the floating point. So I am going to set it as a 3, and you will see how it is printed on the screen. Okay, so it is printed on the screen as 544, and you see 544. So it will only print 3 numbers after the floating point. Okay, so you can also use this, or you can type it as like this, 0, and it will just type as this. So it has rounded it to the, let's say, closest variable. However, if I want it to be floated, let's make it floated. What does floor do? Floor means returns the largest integral value less than or equal to the specified double precision floating point number. So it will be at least less or equal. So let's try it again. So when you floor it, it is 64, you see. So you need to be careful how you are manipulating the uh, numerics. Okay. 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 Let's continue. I will show you some examples of integer as well. So what will this print, do you think? It will print 3 because integers are always floated. Okay? And I can also make another example so you will understand better. Let's say 22 or 8 over 3. This will print 8 or 9. Which one do you think? Will print 8. Because integers are always floated. Oh, sorry, I have written incorrectly. Okay, you see it is floated to 8. Alright. So let's also change the system culture. So let's see. Uh, let's Okay, so it says this does not exist in the current context. When I click to show hints, okay, it is not working. So it looks like I need to. This thread is not existing in this, so I'm clicking this using stem threading. Okay, it's now working, and I'm going to use this. I am going to set a new culture info. Okay. So how am I going to do that? I am going to do that as make it new culture. Culture takes in culture or nickname, and I'm going to make this. So you will see how the culture make difference. Okay. Okay. Current culture is ENUS. So when it is ENUS, it is printed as this, and when it is Turkish TR, it is printed as this. You see how the format automatically changes according to your computer's culture or the threads set culture. We will see more about threads in the future. The thread is the let's say application domain where that method is currently running. We will see more about that in future. As I said, I will show another example of how culture makes difference. So let's say uh, to okay, and when I write this, like this, and after I set that to the Turkish culture, in okay, in US it is printed as this, and in Turkish it is printed as this. So this makes an important difference because in Turkish the floating point separator is comma. However, in English the floating point separator is point, is dot. Let's make this a bigger number. So I will make this as a like this, and I will print this as and 2, and let's make it like this so you understand better. Okay, and let's see the difference. Okay, so in US, it is the thousand separator is comma and the floating point separator is dot. And in Turkish, the thousand separator is dot and the floating point separator is comma. So when you convert numbers into the double in Turkish or in English, it makes difference. Let's show that as example as well. I will use Convert.To method. So, and I will like write it like this. Convert.To. So when I convert is a, let's say, a class of system converts a base data type to another base data type. So convert method let us to convert base data types between them. Okay, I will convert to double uh, this one. Let's say, and I will convert also this one. Let's say this is the first also, first value. So you should be careful when coding according to your, let's say, find system culture language. So first val converted and second val converted. And let's type it. I will make it as a convert 0, 1, and 3. And I will provide the arguments. So first argument will be this one. Second argument will be one. Third argument will be this one. Fourth argument will be one. Okay. I can also type it as this, and then I will click C Control double key. Anyway, Control key double. I mean Control. Okay, let's run this and see how they are converted. Okay, so it says input string was not in a correct format. Why? Because dot is floating point separator in uh, United States, and therefore it gives an error. So I will use, instead of convert method, I will use try to convert, which is same. However, it prevents, or let's make it try catch or try to convert. Okay, this fails, so I will write it like that. I will use try parse. Try parse will take a string and it will parse the value. So as it takes first parameter as string and second parameter will be this. And I have to provide out. Okay, it can't understand. Or I could make it like this as well. So now it will understand it was a double. Okay, both works. So when I run it, okay, first parameter, this one, converted to double as this one. So it works. And this one convert to double as 0 because it is not matching. You see the difference? Okay, and in Turkish, the opposite will happen. And let's try in Turkish. Okay, I don't need this. I will just make it like this. And when I run it, okay, it is giving an error, this time for this one. So I'm going to make this as try_parse method as well. So try_parse tries to parse it as double and it fails. It is keeping its old value. So let's make it x0, 1, -0, 1. So you will see what I mean. Okay, and let's try. Okay, so this one converted as 0 and this one converted as double. So when the conversion fails in try_parse, the value assigned is 0. Okay, so it says converts the string representation of number to its double precision floating point number equivalent. A return value indicates whether the conversion succeeded or failed. Returns true if S was converted successfully, otherwise false. It returns boolean double and assigns 0 to this variable if the conversion fails. Okay, so we can make it like this. So we can say if true to false, if usage. Okay, so if the conversation failed in try_parse method, I will assign this as a plus negative, and if this one failed, okay, so these are boolean values, and this method returns a bool value. You see it is displayed here as a it returns bool value, and I will make it like this. Let's make it like this, and when I run it, you will see the failed one will be the number I have assigned. Okay, so this one converted to double as -0. This is the number I did set, and this one converted as double correctly. So you see the format system culture makes difference in formatting in conversation of numbers. You need to be careful. Please watch this video at least 2 times and code every line yourself. I'm going to upload this code to our repository, so you can also download it and check it. We will continue making more examples in future lessons, so don't be upset or don't be confused. You will gradually understand more and more as we progress in lectures. Just watch the videos, try to do in your home, type yourself, type every coding line yourself, not just copy paste, and you will get better and you will understand better. Okay, I'm going to upload this to our repository now, so you can download our GitHub page from. All right, let's open our GitHub page. Okay, I'm typing our channel name. I'm clicking our channel, and then I'm clicking to, let's say, playlist, and there is our playlist, and in the description,
Hello, dear students.
it has a link to our GitHub repository, and when I click it, and when I click lectures folder, you see the lecture 3 has arrived. When I click it, I can see the inside files folders, and you can download it, copy it, or clone it. Okay, hopefully see you next week. This is the end of the lecture. See you.